we begin, I would definitely recommend make sure you have downloaded all of the Spring 25 assets for Katadyn and all the Katadyn brands in your Dropbox. You should have received a link to that earlier. If not, I will include those at the very end of this video for you. So for Spring 25, the Katadyn Be Free series has gone through a serious update. It has gotten completely overhauled and redesigned. So what you're currently familiar with is the original Katadyn Be Free series, which was available in the 0.6 liter, the 1 liter, and the 1 liter Black Edition. This has gone through a complete redesign for the Spring 2025 season. It is now called the Be Free AC series, AC standing for the active carbon. And the big difference there is the updated cartridge. You're probably familiar with the original Be Free cartridge series here. And as far as the filtration device goes, that really has not changed much. Still giving you the 0.1 micron filtration capability. So this is going to filter out all of your bacteria and sediment, but the AC is really where this stands apart between the original and the AC. The A3 stands for active carbon, and what that means is you now have a removable cap here that you can keep. You don't have to throw it away. And inside is going to be the active carbon filter here. The active carbon core here that's removable allows you to filter out things like taste from chemicals like chlorine. So you're going to get a much more improved taste. Water will taste like it should, as well as still filtering out all of your bacteria and water sediments so you can have good, clean drinking water wherever you are. Like the original Be Free, the Be Free AC series still gives you that 1,000-liter life until you need to consider replacing your actual filter here, plus the active carbon core. The active carbon core cartridge here should be replaced around every 300 liters. These come in a replacement in a 3-pack, so 3 of these will equal 1 of these as far as your lifespan. So you about recommended 300 liters for replacement for each one of these cores, and this is recommended to be replaced about every 1,000 liters. Still using that high flow filter on the core here, and it still is that easy field cleanable cartridge. So all you typically really need to do is fill up your reservoir, screw this on, give it a good shake, swirl, empty it out. That will loosen up and dislodge anything that's really sticking to the filaments here on the inside of this cartridge core while it's still being protected from being dropped and the elements here. The nice thing here with the active carbon core here is you don't need this in order for the system to work. You can remove it, you can screw on the replaceable cap and use it like the original Be Free series. The other great thing is, if you notice that this cap has been very upgraded as well. So now it's got a cap that you're gonna wanna keep because the original cap obviously had that original tearaway strip on the front of this, and this whole thing would get thrown away. Now you don't have to do that. Now the original Be Free, you know, it used more product, it used more plastic, and we didn't want to waste those materials. We didn't want you to waste those materials. So now you have a core that only needs to be replaced, and you can keep the original cap here. Again, these will still be for resale, so you can buy new ones of these if you do throw the whole system out or feel like you just want a new one. But it definitely is a much more upgraded snap flip top here with a much better valve here, and it's actually not a valve. Don't really need it with the gravity filter unless you're storing your water bottle upside down. Then yes, you're gonna lose all your water. But it has a really nice bite piece to it, nice soft silicone there with a closable cap. So again, if you drop this on the ground, you're not getting things like dirt and all that stuff on your mouthpiece there. And this guy screws right back on to the filter, and there you go. It also has this nice accessory loop here, so great if you've got carabiners where you can actually strap this onto the exterior part of a backpack, and that will definitely make it easier. You're not utilizing an additional pocket just to carry this thing. You can clip it onto a belt loop for your hiking, backpacking use, and any other outdoor extravaganza you can think of with this system here. So that is the biggest part of the updates to the Be-Free series with the new Be-Free active carbon option. So you probably are familiar with the original 0.6 liter Be-Free series here. This has been updated, so this is the new version of it. And what you're gonna notice here is the new one with the AC series actually is using a slimmed down flask here. So now with this full, it actually is going to slide into a pocket easier, especially for any of you who are runners and hikers using more of a hydration vest or running. It's going to fit and slide into these pockets way easier than it would the more traditional rounded bottom here that you see. So this is much harder to stuff in and take out of those pockets, whereas with the new 0.5 liter versus the original 0.6, this is tapered to be able to fit in and out of those hydration vests much better, which I prefer. The 1 liter doesn't really change a whole lot from the original. Just the biggest upgrade here is going to be in the actual filtration cartridge system here. And then you have the 1 liter Black Edition, which again is a much thicker membrane on your 1 liter flask than the traditional 1 liter. So if you're looking for maximum durability, then the 1 liter Black AC carbon is going to be the best option for you. Why you would want the thicker version is if you know you're gonna be clipping this to an external part of a backpack to where you're walking and hiking through areas where there's lots of trees and brush that you could be running up against, climbers where this may be dragged up along against the side of rocks and things like that. If you clip it onto anything from a belt loop to harness and just get banged around a whole lot more, this is why you would want to consider the Black versus the traditional 1 liter Be-Free series. Finally, one of the upgrades that they did to all 3 flasks in the Be-Free AC series is they updated the collar here on the new one versus the original. So and if you're looking at the original, the new one is a much beefier, more robust version. So again, for people that you're squeezing this thing to get your water out of it, they just wanted to maximize the durability, so they updated that to be even more durable than the original Be-Free series. Because these are still using that 42 millimeter size like the original Be-Free, you can use this if you still have your original Be-Free flask on these. They screw right on and fit your original Be-Free if you need to. The other great thing is if you are a trail runner and you have a vest that came with hydration flask in it, like mine, I have a pack here that came with 2 chest bottles on my Mammut TR5 trail running vest here. This actually still has that same 42 millimeter size and it's the same threading, so I can actually put my Be-Free AC cartridge on my Mammut TR5 flask here. It's a 500 millimeter flask, similar to the Be-Free version of it, just slightly different shape as you can see, and this will work as well. So this can be used as an accessory piece to someone that's currently using a Hydro Pack flask in one of their trail running vests, as well as it can be used on the old and the new Be-Free flasks as well. So as far as what's available for Spring 25, you will no longer have the 0.6 available in the original Be-Free series. However, you will have the original 1 liter still available, as well as the original Be-Free cartridge still available for you. And you jump up to the new 1 liter AC Black here. So the only thing you're gonna carry over from your current seasons to Spring 25 is the original Be-Free series in the 1 liter. Other than that, you are jumping straight into the 0.5 liter Hydro Pack Flask Be-Free AC series here, the 1 liter and the 1 liter Black. So these are your 3 new size options for the Be-Free AC series, plus your original 1 liter Be-Free series. Pricing comes as follows. Your Be-Free 0.5 is going to be $44.95. Your Be-Free 1 liter in the slate blue is going to be $49.95. And your Be-Free 1 liter Black is going to be $59.95. Your Be-Free AC replacement cartridge will come in the slate blue and the black, and they will retail at $24.95. Remember, the replacement cap and the AC cartridge does not come included with the replacement cartridge. Your Be-Free active carbon replacement cartridge will come in a 3-pack at $27.95. And remember, your Be-Free AC replacement flip cap here, you're going to want to make sure your customer knows that they should keep this, but it is available as a replacement if you need it, but only in the slate blue. This retails at $11.95. The next new thing from Katadyn for Spring 25 is the new Explorer and Explorer Pro water filter and purifier. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a sample with me right now to show you. If you did go to one of our regional or national shows, you should have seen the sample there at the Katadyn booth. But if not, I'll have some digital representations here for you, at least so you can see what it looks like and get a general idea of the size and specs. But the great thing about this is, number one, it doesn't need to be stored wet and checked on periodically in order for it to have that longevity. A lot of the other ones out there is once you get that system wet and the purification side of things, you have to keep it wet and you have to maintain it regularly in order to make sure that it is going to function properly every single time. The Katadyn one can be stored dry, and it's a 2-part system. So the Explorer series, the top section is just the filter. So that's going to filter out things like particulate, sediment, and bacteria in the water. And you have the purification side of it that screws onto the base that will add that extra level of purification. So that way you're getting things like bacteria, protozoa, cysts, and viruses out of the water. It also, part of the ceramic filter side of it, has the active carbon element in that as well. So that's going to help improve the taste of your water and filter out chemicals and things of that nature. So you're going to get a much better tasting water and a much safer drinking water. These are great for areas that you're going to be hiking and backpacking and traveling in, where the water source is unknown or more stagnant, and you're more worried about things in your water like viruses that are much harder to filter out through a membrane in your less expensive or your smaller filter systems out there. So the Explorer Pro is a great way to go. Now, the nice thing about this system is you or your customer can buy the Explorer and buy the Explorer Pro attachment later on if they feel necessary in the future. Again, this is good also for people that are overlanding, traveling outside of the country, or they just want to build an emergency kit to keep with them at home or in their vehicle at all times. The Explorer Pro, which is the full kit, is going to come in at a price point of $449, but that comes with everything. The Explorer on its own, just the microfilter itself, is going to come in at a price point of $199. Now, if you buy the Explorer and you want to upgrade it to the Explorer Pro, you can buy the Explorer Pro upgrade kit. That upgrade kit will come in at a price point of $249. Now, if you already own the Explorer Pro, or you purchased the Explorer and then bought the Explorer Pro upgrade kit later on, and you need to replace the Explorer virus protection cartridge, the cartridge on its own retails at $209. Now, if you own the Explorer or the Explorer Pro and you need to replace the filter cartridge with the active carbon core, that will come in at a price point of $149. And the Explorer Active Carbon Replacement Kit, which will come with 2 large versions of the Be-Free Active Core that we talked about earlier on, that will come in a 2-pack. And that 2-pack will retail at $39.95.